Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
20 miles west of downtown Dallas, one of the league's grand settings, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. And off we go from Arlington. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Come on, set. Head to 60, head to 60. Head to 11, 19 tight, 19 tight,
Man in motion, heading left. He'll drop to throw. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the ground, here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards, and it's 3rd down.
ready, break.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
A gain there of 11. 1st down, New Orleans.
On the ready.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
3-yard pickup.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ready,
From the 21, here's 2nd and 7. The RPO, that one is complete, and he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Back to throw. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Ready? Liking it. Ready?
He'll try to run. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season.
The kicker on.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this looks like a completely different offense from a week ago. They just couldn't get anything going. Their self-inflicted penalties, the opposing team really had their way with them, but they looked really sharp. They had a great opening script. They executed it to perfection. And then not only to sustain possession, Mike, but so important nowadays is to win those possessions in the red zone and come away with 6.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. So a pair of first downs moves them out to the 47-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field, and he's going to be brought down inside the 15. So a big one there to start the drive. 42 yards.
At the 11-yard line.
Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Point after try forthcoming. And look at this. The extra point is blocked. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. He'll look to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Saints first down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And the Saints, first down.
They get 18 on that one. First down, New Orleans.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down. In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
2nd and 10. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Incomplete. 0-0s on the clock. The first quarter has come to an end. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. We're back to Arlington in a moment. It is 3rd and 10. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is caught to the goal line and in. Touchdown, New Orleans. 2nd touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now the try for an extra point. He gets it to go, and the Saints will go up by 7.
Saints 13, Cowboys 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10, up at the 40. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard
Great pre-snap
line.
recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
He'll let one go down the middle. And he will score! Touchdown, Dallas.
This kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure, and when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity, and quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup, good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and they give up a big touchdown.
The kick is good. That ties the game 13 all.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Back to the air once more on second down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming.
Ready, set. 19, Tiger, 19. Set.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They wind up getting 13 yards on that 4th down conversion.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll send the receiver in motion to the left. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. Oh, big hole left side. He's inside the 40. Inside the 10. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 87 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And not the greatest of efforts there, as this one will land out of bounds. Now, faking the give, flush to his right, escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. they try to run it here. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
25-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Let's go now.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. Here's a run. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
He'll get this out wide. And he'll take this down to the 2. But a good tackle there. Going to set up third and goal.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
He'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is 3 touchdowns in this one, and he's up to 11 on the season. The extra point is good. And the Cowboys add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, taken in, and he's very close to a first down. He's out after a pickup of 9.
It's second and inches at the 45-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down. Saints going to use their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. Forced to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. New Orleans' third and final timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They're going to put a man in motion to the right. On third down, they'll throw from the gun. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
That's taken in, and he's got the first down. Well done there as they pick up a 4th and 5. They'll look to throw yet again. On the run to the right. That's going to be incomplete. They say no to the field goal, but that backfires. They're going to come away with nothing as this first half comes to an end. Now, this is a surprise. Right out of the locker room, they'll try the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a run to begin this third quarter, and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Cowboys. He'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Inside the 10, it is caught. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. Up the middle they go. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Back to 60. Back to 60.
Now they'll set up to throw. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. The Saints have got it. Talk about a big swing there. The offense was dropped. Had it in the red zone, looking to score. Not only does the defense stop them, Greg, so that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. His kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend their third quarter lead.
Saints 13.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready, break.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Out to his right. Throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Cowboys are going to come away with the football.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
First down.
They get 15 on that game. That's good for a Dallas first down.
Go!
They'll look to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down. It'll be first and goal. That's a gain of 28.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Come a little closer. Here's second and goal. They'll go with him again. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Dallas. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. No problem there on the extra point. The Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead.
Saints 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
That's good for the Saints. First down.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
He'll look to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So they move inside the 20. First and 10 at the 18. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. They'll look to throw again. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10.
Set. Cougar 19. Go.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
A 4-yard gain.
Back to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And they're going to pick it up here. They took a chance and it paid off. 1st and goal coming up. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Cowboys' 3-yard line.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
It's now 3rd and goal.
This one caught at the 4. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It's now 4th and goal.
Tight end going in motion here. This hard, and he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on down.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the 2nd half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down, give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line.
That's good for a Cowboys.
12 yards on the gain. That's good for a quick 1st down.
At the 13-yard line.
So the athleticism of this tight end is pretty well documented, Mike. I mean, he can pick up yards after the catch. It's just such a rare trait for tight ends. So it's the size, it's the speed, it's the matchup problem. I mean, we got a glimpse of all of it right here.
That's caught inside the 30. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 86 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys add on to their already sizable lead.
Saints 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The 35-yard line.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get them the ball.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 5.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
The throw here is complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
It's a turnover on
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at the
20 yards on
line.
that pass play. 1st down, Cowboys.
On the ready. Come on. Set. Panther 60. Panthers.
Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
13-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Smash.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. They'll try here for the extra point. His kick is good. Cowboys stretch things out even further.
Cowboys 51. Saints 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
Now a run on 1st down. And he'll take this up past the 40. Pick up a 5.
At the 41. A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Well, they had a big hole to climb out of, and now it is even bigger. Greg, the defense was waiting for it, feasts on it, and they get to celebrate with a pick 6.
Well, a very fitting way for this one to come to an end here, Mike. This has been a completely dominant defensive performance. This pick 6 here in the 4th quarter ends what has been a total runaway.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. first down, and they'll run. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And the Saints.
They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
And
the best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40-yard line.
They motion a receiver right. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
All these defensive linemen, I promise you, they all want sacks. That is how you get paid. That is how you make your name. But it's also the other plays where you can affect the quarterback. Can you make them feel uncomfortable? Or in this case, you don't get the sack, but it was the hit that's able to alter the pass to fall incomplete. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. That's taken in. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for the Saints.
That's a dozen. Catch number 12. And a first down.
First down, Saints.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Receiver in motion, headed left. They'll look to throw yet again. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Saints. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least we'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this game.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. Give on the ground. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
36-yard line.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Number 20, the ball carrier. He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Now, faking the give. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down. 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Here we go, sack.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. And right away,